Feldspar might be the most famous Hearthian in the 2019 game Outer Wilds, but what if I told you this isn't Feldspar? This is. That's because all of the Hearthians in Outer Wilds have names based on geology. Gabbro doesn't lie in a hammock because this is Gabbro. Is Rebek scared of space travel? Nope. Rebekite is a mineral, and it isn't scared of anything. Think Chert is a drummer? Wrong. This is Chert, and you're watching Chert's Research Notes, a channel dedicated to all things Outer Wilds, so subscribe if you'd like to see more videos about this amazing game in the future. And while Hearthian names have their roots in rocks, Nomais are rooted in, well, roots. Their naming is all flora related. Idea isn't just against the sun station, it's also the lingonberry. Pi is a Joe Pye weed. This is a yarrow, this is thatch, and my personal favourite Nomai poke has origins in the poke weed. And while these names won't spoil the game for you if you haven't completed Outer Wilds, the rest of the things in this video definitely will. You've been warned. The best Nomai name by far though is the clever background behind everyone's favourite quantum friend Solanum. Wikipedia tells us that Solanum is a large and diverse genus of flowering plants and is the largest genus in the nightshade family. Going down that family tree a little, you'll find it has a relation to the Ipomea alba, otherwise known as the moonflower, which seems apt for where you'll find Solanum in the game. As cool as it is to see a Nomai in the game, we still never really see one, and not just because of the quantum shenanigans. The solar system is littered with Nomai skeletons, and although this looks like it should be a Nomai, it is just a Nomai spacesuit. In fact, you can see the skeletons inside some of the spacesuits if you use your signal scope. Much like an alien seeing Neil Armstrong's suit isn't the same as them seeing what a human looks like, we never actually see a real Nomai in the game. That being said, the game's developer Mobius Digital have recently collaborated with U2s to create this Nomai plushie. It's not walking and talking, but it gives a better idea of what the Nomai might look like with their fur than what the memory statues or the murals we find in the game ever do. And speaking of memory statues, did you know you don't only see Nomai writing in swirls and curves? Of course, most of the game is using the translator tool to uncover what happened to the ancient species using their scrolls and walls. Cleverly, even their recording logs in the escape pods and shuttles are done in circles, as are the Nomai equivalent of computer text. But everyone has seen straight Nomai writing a bunch of times, possibly every 22 minutes? That's because it's what you see all over the screen when the loop ends and you zoom through your memories into the third eye of the mask paired with your memory statue. Maybe you notice this straight away, but honestly it took me 10 playthroughs before I first spotted this. I mentioned the Nomai spacesuits earlier, and there's a lovely subtle detail you can spot if you use all 4 of your Hearthian eyes. There were originally 2 groups of Nomai after the crash, one at Ember Twin and one on Brittle Hollow. We can infer from this that their escape pods had slightly different colours of spacesuits as you see on different murals. There's a green suit and a green-blue variety as we see here. And then there is also a third spacesuit that we find at Escape Pod 1 in Dark Bramble. Those poor Nomai have a more monochrome design to their suits and certainly not as colourful as those who made it out of Dark Bramble. Maybe that's the exposure to the weird fog inside the strange bramble-like seeds? What do you think though? I honestly have no idea. Drop a comment below if you do know, or share your theories. Sticking on the murals, one of them ties us back to the Hearthians. It's something I've noticed some players miss, but the reason why the Hearthians are alive while the Nomai are dead can be identified from this drawing. We find out that ghost matter from the interloper wiped out the Nomai, but we also know that water makes ghost matter inert. This mural found underneath Timber Half depicts Nomai looking at our Hearthian ancestors who lived underwater centuries ago. When the ghost matter swept across the solar system, these guys were underwater and safe from it. This lets us live today, but I didn't live too long in my first run when I promptly drowned, which my ancestors would be very ashamed by. Something that tickles me with the Hearthians' developments is their mixture of cutting-edge technology borrowed from Nomai, such as warping the little scout back and forth, but also how they simultaneously use the most basic tools to do the job. Grabbing an axe or 3 probably won't get rid of the Dark Bramble seed, but this spacefaring civilization hasn't yet created a chainsaw. And while you have a flashlight to get around, old Tektite's nighttime navigation is left to the candle in their helmet. A cute bit of forgotten technology you might think of for the species, but the second loneliest Hearthian, Tough, mining in the 0G cave, has what seems to be an electric light hard hat just fine. And while Tough seems happy down in the dark depths of Timberhearth, the same can't be said for the loneliest Hearthian of them all, Esker. They might be all alone on the Atoll Rock, but from what I can tell, Esker can flex on all the other Hearthians with a unique skill in the game. While Arkos can throw, and Porphy can stir, and Hornfells can spin in place, like our boss, Esker is the only Hearthian I've seen move their mouth. Without voice acting in the game and time standing still if you're sensible with your choice in the options, you might have never noticed the lack of moving lips from any character. Not so for Esker though, whose instrument is their whistle. And you can see those lips go if you look closely at their camp when you use your signal scope. And to show Esker some much needed attention, the final thing about this video is about the Whistler themselves. The Hearthians forgetting about Esker is a running gag in the game, and it goes a little deeper than you might realise. This photo in the museum of the founding members has the text under it that misses their name, but the photo itself has Esker's signature. With Esker's role on the lunar outpost, it's not a stretch to think they were one of the founders of Outer Wilds Ventures, but it's actually unclear if they were. It looks like this shadow would be Esker, who probably took the photo and was later forgotten about. Even talking to Hornfells has them omit Esker when talking about the founding members despite their name on the photo, further showing how forgotten poor Esker is. Let me know if you think Esker was a founding member or not, and share your favourite bits of Outer Wilds trivia that I might have missed in the comments below, and subscribe for more. And to right a wrong from the start of this video, if you think this is Esker, you're totally incorrect. This is Esker. Until next time, be curious on your journey.